There was a time when airports in major international cities weren't more attractive than your average industrial warehouse. Fortunately, that particularly unattractive era in aviation history is becoming a blurred memory as cities are tapping renowned architects and making investments in the billions to transform their busiest terminals into fully functional works of art. First is the Marrakesh Menara Airport Terminal 1, Marrakesh, Morocco. Here, traditional Islamic design meets sleek, ultra-modern architecture. You find Terminal 1, a beautiful study in the confluence of cultures and artistic sensibilities. Architects at the Casablanca-based firm of E2A Architecture probably stole a page from the playbook of many runway designers when they softened the edge of the building's starkly geometric exterior structure by layering it with delicate-looking arabesque screens. The sun shining through the scrolling patterns creates a beautiful play of light and shadow throughout the terminal. Next is the Incheon International Airport in South Korea. Conceived by renowned airport architect Curtis Fentress, Incheon publicly spotlights the best of traditional Korean design, while still emerging as a futuristic model of efficiency. The building concept is taken from the ancient landmarks and traditional religious buildings of Korea. Thus, the roofline of the resulting terminal mimics that of a Korean temple, and throughout the building you find precious artifacts that date back thousands of years. From traditional architecture to Barajas Airport Terminal 4, Madrid, Spain. This sweeping space, which was designed by Antonio Lamela and Richard Rogers and opened in 2006, was built to provide the 50 million passengers who pass through it each year with an airy, stress-free zone through which to begin or end their journeys. This worry-free effect is achieved with glass-paneled walls that allow in plenty of light. A gently undulating roofline constructed from long beams of pale bamboo and candy-colored pylons that graduate through the rainbow, red to purple, as you walk along the half-mile terminal. And finally, King Abdulaziz International Airport Jeddah Hajj Terminal in Saudi Arabia. Unlike the rest of the terminals featured here, the one at Jeddah is only in operation during Hajj, the annual Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca that takes place in the last month of their year. This temporary open-air terminal is covered with 2010 white fiberglass tents that help cool the desert air by as much as 50 degrees without air conditioning.
What exactly is ground handling?
Ground handling is the ability of a company to be able to handle an aircraft on arrival from a destination to the present destination in which they are coming. For example, an aircraft from London to Lagos. It has passengers on board. It has cargo on board. It has passengers' luggage on board. It needs fuel. So it entails a lot of things that they needed on arrival. So those things that have been supplied to them during the time of their arrival are called ground handling.
How important is ground handling service to an airline?
It is the first thing most that any airline needs, besides the airport. First, the airline needs a befitting airport to use for arrivals. The second point, the second important thing that they need is the ground handler that will be able to carry out all those functions I've just said. For example, when an aircraft is coming, they alert the ground handlers. The loaders will be on standby, the equipment will be on standby. You know, these things are timing. And for efficiency's sake, you as a passenger coming from London, you start for almost 6 hours on board. On arrival to the baggage area, your baggage is not delivered to you as at when due. How will you feel? That shows the importance. And for cargo, those airlines too that comes in here, they have a limitation of time for a turnaround. It's between 1 hour, 45 minutes, 1 hour to 1 hour 50 or 15 minutes, depending on their own turnaround. Because some do from here, move from here to Accra, some to Abidjan and back. We have such airlines that does that. Others from Houston, Texas, on arrival here on United, it takes some hours before they decided to do a turnaround. We have Etihad, within 50 to 1 hour, they need their own turnaround. So it depends on each individual of these airlines on how they want their turnaround to be.
Sir, talk to us about what check-in service is.
The check-in service is for a passenger that left his house traveling to London. On arrival at the airport, it fulfills all the necessary formalities from the customs checking in counter there, the narcotics and all other things. As soon as they satisfy that your luggage is intact, then you move from them straight to the counter. Then you are checked in, you are asked about your destination. If it's London, they tag your baggage to London. If it's to United States, let's say to New York, they tagged it to New York. If it's to Cairo, they tag it because it has codes.
I know checking in is very important, but passengers complain. They complain that maybe the queue is long and they want to put that at the feet of the person who provided the service. What can you say about that?
With us, checking in should not take more than 5 to 10 minutes on our counter. Well, in fact, it shouldn't take more than 5 minutes. The bureaucracy starts from where they have to the customs, the immigration has to do, the customs and narcotics has to check all those. Those are not our work. We don't provide that. It's the system that provides that. All we do is to accept your baggage, ask, because it's very important for any of the agents to say, please ma, please sir, where are you going? Even though you've given him your itinerary. The idea is for you to realize that you are checking in to London or you are checking in to New York or any other destination. Then she picks up the tag and tag you correctly and release your baggage. You know, it takes less than 5 minutes from our own side. But the side for the other agencies, it takes some time. So those queues we are seeing are not caused by handlers.
Tell us what activities take place around the ramp.
The aircraft arrives. You see taxiing in and parked. The airport authorities provided the loading bridge attached to the aircraft. The passengers moves out straight to immigration. Don't forget that when you are checking in, as I said earlier, we collected your baggage. So those baggage now will have to be offloaded by somebody and that is us. The equipment, we have very heavy equipment, new ones, the best you can think in anywhere in the world. We provide it, we offload, we roll your container straight to the baggage area, and then we offload your container. We offload the container, I mean your baggage, straight to the arrival hall where you pick your baggage. Secondly, we offload the cargo on a pallet. We move it straight to our cargo warehouse for the disembarkation and then for break bulking and so on, so that people with their invoices and airway bills will collect their cargo. But at the same time we are doing this, since the transit airport, that is that airline is going back, we'll be doing the same thing, loading those containers that we used in offloading will be used, some of it will be used for loading. The pallets that were available before on the last trip must have been palletized for cargo. Those cargo must have been moved to the to the tarmac. So as we are disembarking, we are disembarking all the cargo and all the passengers' luggage and everything. At the same time, we'll be loading in those passengers' load that were collected at the counter.
Air cargo processing is a major part of ground handling, and the licensed custom agents are a vital link in the chain. What exactly is their role?